I'm going to have to face this, figure out what I really believe about myself, figure out what's true, and figure out how to believe it. And that, it seems crazy, but that is possible. You can be convinced that you are unloved and unworthy and convinced, and you can find your way out of that story. And so that for me was probably the heaviest lift I had, was going, okay, because also it forced me to examine where I get all my value. You and I are public. So people are real quick to assign value to us one way or another, negatively or positively, but even positively. So I got all these dopamine hits from the people and the readers and the podcast listeners and the whatever. And so I had to go, wait a minute. I'm going to have to learn how to not let all this negative input into my life that says you are not valuable. If I'm going to believe all the hype, then I'm going to have to believe all the bad stuff too. So I think I'm going to have to take this out of the hands of other people. And this is going to have to be an inside job, one way or another. I'm going to have to figure out my own worth, my own value. Who does God say I am? Why am I precious? Why do I matter? What is true about me? What is always true about me, no matter what anybody else says or does, period. Like that has no bearing on what is true in my core. So even though I'd preached that for a couple of decades, I finally got to figure it out. I finally had to do that work my own self. It's easy to preach that when everybody else loves you. That was a real easy message for me to say for a really long time. I had a husband who loved me, friends who loved me, a community who half loved me at least. And so then that was really easy to say. When I lost the one who was supposed to love me the most, I went, okay, I'm gonna have to rewrite this story. And it's possible.